Everyone, it is the evening of the 13th of October 2016. Tropical Depression Karen is what we are watching today. Actually, this is going to be called Sakria once the Japan Meteorological Agency does upgrade it to a tropical storm. So I'm just going to go by that right now because it is going to be in the near future. We're expecting this to continue to develop and even intensify to tropical storm and possibly typhoon status heading just north of the NCR across Luzon here for the coming weekend. Now, if we talk about the storm right now, it is continuing to intensify, and you can really see that center of circulation embedded right in here. There is some moisture coming in from the south, but there's this dry air slot right there, and that's kind of keeping this at bay. I think if this was wrapped up, we would definitely have a full-fledged tropical storm, but it's going to take a few more cycles here, probably another 24 hours before this continues to develop. But I really do believe as this tracks more and more closer towards the east coast of the Philippines, we have what we call the Philippine Sea effect. And one of the big things why we call that is because the exceptionally warm sea surface temperatures out here, there is a lack of shear. I mean, sea surface temperatures there are 30 to 31 degrees centigrade. That is just a hot tub. It is so much fuel. Think about just throwing gasoline onto a fire, and that's typically what we have tropical systems as they move closer and closer towards Luzon and in the Philippine Sea. And that's why actually the Joint Typhoon Warning Center expects this to intensify up to 100 knots, gusting to 125 knots. We're talking about a Category 3 equivalent, maybe, Category 3 equivalent, 2 to 3. And definitely pretty potent. Now, the wind is always a major issue, and we're talking about tropical systems in the Philippines, and that's going to be one. I think Manila, the worst you might get is tropical storm strength. This will weaken as it moves over the island of Luzon, but it really is the rain. And you can take a look at the 96-hour rainfall outlook with the ECMWF. See where the bulk of this rainfall, at least per this model, is expected to go. Now, some of the numerical guidance, including the GFS, really shifts it further towards the north. And let's say this does come on shore there around just north of the Manila area, around Aurora. Definitely a lot less rainfall and almost breezy for the Manila area. But if this track does stay further towards the south, the way the ECMWF is picking up, then it definitely would be a big rainmaker. Right now, I wouldn't jump to any conclusions, though. This is the ECMWF, another look here from Saturday into Sunday night, heading through Monday, moving north of Manila, extending across there over towards Baguio, and then eventually off the western seaboard, staying north of Subic Bay. The big thing, though, is the right front quadrant. So as it does move towards the north, you would have some dry air. I think we'd have some heavy rainfall, but no enhanced monsoonal type of situation. So the rain would probably only last about a good 24 to 48 hours. Localized flooding definitely would be a big issue, but I think the worst of it would be further towards the north here and central and northern Luzon in that right front quadrant where that moisture is coming on shore, basically starting from Sunday afternoon all the way through Monday, and as this heads off there towards the west, continuing to re-intensify and eventually could push into Vietnam, Hainan, or even southeastern China mid-next week. Definitely want to keep a close eye on that. Now, all eyes definitely on the Philippines. This is actually the GFS look, just showing this come on shore north of Manila, tracking across, but the winds really die down. I mean, you can see right here, 30, 40 knots sustained as this does move overhead, and even down towards the middle area about 20 to 25 knots. I mean, that's a breezy day if it does take this projected track it's supposed to take right now. I think anybody across this area, though, it has been some time since we've had a tropical system hit central Luzon. You want to make some preparations, and definitely, clearing drains or anything like that, something as simple as that could prevent the flooding of a street. So, keep things like that in mind, and every little bit does help. Really, all I'm going to talk about this for now. We still do have what is left of areas, actually, here just south of Hainan, by the way, continuing to track off towards the west. That's still a pretty decent storm system. I mean, it's on the map here. Sangha was a powerful typhoon. Good news, it was out in open ocean, now drifting towards the northeast. We have our new storm down here, which is likely going to be Sakria Karen right now. And then, by the way, there is another low developing behind that just south of Guam. I really want to keep a keen eye on that for Luzon and Taiwan. Maybe something to watch in the extended range. For now, though, that's all I have. Thanks again for watching, guys, and as always, stay safe out there.